everybody. Welcome back to In a Perfect World, where we talk about people's biggest dreams and their creative journeys. Joining me today, we have film director Alonzo. Alonzo.
Yes.
It's been too long.
It has been a long time.
Hey, for context, I have not seen Alonzo since 2012.
Yeah, Barnaby Manor Day.
Barnaby Manor, elementary school.
Yep.
So it's like seeing a whole new person.
Yep.
Like, you're the dog.
Yep.
Get a little facial hair and all that.
I'm trying.
Yeah, it's good to see you though. How you been? How is everything? How's life?
Life has been pretty good right now. Everything's been smooth. Just working, to be honest, trying to make it in the film industry, and that's really all that's been going on for real. How about yourself?
Same. Just working on this. This is what I like to do. This is what I put a lot of my money into. So I'm same with you, just trying to make it in the media industry and make a name for myself in this little county we call Prince George's. Yeah. Gorgeous Prince George's. All right, so let's get into it. So in a perfect world, what is it that you see for yourself? Like, what is the vision? Where do you see Alonzo?
In a perfect world, I believe that I am doing what I love for the rest of my life, to be honest. I want to help as many people as I can, as far as like mentally, grow, inspire, anything, to be honest. That's really the vision with the film, is to help people in general. I also see myself winning like awards and stuff like that, but I think that's like the natural kind of thing that I guess you would assume that comes with it. But
no, not necessarily.
True.
Because some people say they don't care for like Oscars and stuff like that. But me, when my time comes, I want awards.
You know what award I really want though? I want an NAACP award and a BET award.
Okay.
I don't know why, like that's kind of like I don't know why that matters so much, to be honest. But I keep telling my parents that whenever I win my BET award, I'm gonna make sure I shout them out and all that stuff. I don't know what it is about just those awards, but it is
Everybody
true.
got their award.
Yeah.
Everybody has their award. Like, for some reason, I want a Grammy. I don't do music. Why do I want a Grammy? Maybe I just want to go.
Right. It's an experience. It is an experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that stuff, yeah, in the perfect world, I'm just helping as many people as I can and hoping that my work touches the people and helps in general.
So how did you initially get into directing? Like, was this always something you liked to do?
Directing wasn't really always something I wanted to do. At first, I was just like a YouTuber. Like,
okay.
And I think
I remember that.
Yeah, I just wanted to like vlog and just make content, and I got into like writing and stuff like that. I know my mom used to always watch films when I was a kid, so it kind of like it was always there, like being a director or writing films and all that, but it never was really the dream until I just tried it. Like, I just decided to put an idea together, or let's see if I can capture the attention of people. Let's see if I can actually write something pretty good. Let's see if I can help not help, but let's see if I can do something in the film industry. And then it all just came about that way, is really how I got into directing, honestly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of people get that influence like growing up and from family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially, I see that a lot with musicians as well.
Yeah, musicians definitely.
So what genres or topics do you like to engage in?
I really like not sci-fi. I really like dramas. I do like sci-fi. I do like thriller, because I believe thriller would be I don't know if you watch a show called Black Mirror.
I don't. I think is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
I feel like this one of them shows I scroll past, but it's good.
It's like the most surreal, like it's psychological thriller. It's like it messes with your mind, or it makes you think. But I think I'm more into psychological thrillers. I think I'm more into comedies. I like to play with dramas, and yeah, I think that's it. I really don't, and I don't know if this is even a part of the question, but I don't like horror films. Do you like horror films?
Horror, like blood and brains and stuff like that.
Scary, jump scare, insidious kind of.
Oh, see, but I don't watch that because I feel like like movies surrounded around like demons and stuff like that, I'd be like, ooh,
them based on a true story.
Yeah, like,
yeah, I can't do it.
You know, this is really random. Why I feel like energy is so serious. One day in the 7th grade, I was randomly looking at videos of Ouija boards, like people playing with them.
Really?
Yeah, just out of curiosity. I was like, what? Goddamn, 13 years old. 13 years old. I was watching videos on Ouija boards, and I swear somebody knocked at my door. My bedroom door. Came outside. I said, anybody knock at my door? Nobody knocked at my door, bruh.
Lord.
Nobody knocked. And I will never forget that because it was such a clear knock.
Right.
It was really random, but I just thought about that when you said horror.
Yeah, I think anything that say based on a true story, I think those are ones you stay away from.
For
you
sure.
kind of don't want to watch the Insidiouses and all that stuff. Energy is real.
For sure. So, just for clarity, y'all, Alonzo writes, he directs, he films, and he casts the people in his films. So with that being said, like, obviously a lot of change comes with that. Like, you're constantly having to figure out how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that. If somebody can't show up, you got to maneuver around that.
Right.
So what would you say are some obstacles that come with, let's say, your everyday film that you make?
I would say, I think the biggest obstacle is always, for me personally, is kind of like getting out of my own way. In a sense, like I usually, because I overthink way too much. So the obstacles that I face would be more so like, how am I going to lay out this scene? Or like, how am I going to make sure this part of the movie makes sense? Or how am I going to make sure that anything having to do with like self? Because I don't really believe in like pointing the finger at other people for like things that like I can't control, kind of sort of. So like, let's say, for example, if somebody didn't show up for filming, I don't think it would be, I wouldn't get mad at something like that. I wouldn't really look at it as an obstacle because it's like, okay, I understand that everybody just can't give up what they're doing for what I got going. Even though I wish, it's like, I understand that. But main obstacles are, just trying to accomplish it or trying to finish it and see it all the way through. I'm blanking out for a little bit. Let me see.
No, you're fine. I do the same thing.
Okay, another obstacle would be me thinking that people aren't interested at all. Like I have a problem with thinking like nobody's gonna look at this film. Nobody's really gonna watch this. I have an issue with that. It's very
drives you crazy.
It does drive me crazy because I'm like, I hope that the audience, or I hope that the people understand that, Lord, I put so much into this. Or God, I put so much thought into this.
Oh my God.
I hope that they understand the vision, or like they get the message, or they can relate to it. And that's probably the biggest obstacle that I face in all of film. Just that, hoping that people care, I guess.
I'm the same way. I feel like when you have content that's so long,
right?
It's like, y'all really gonna watch this whole thing? And then I be seeing people like comment and talk about stuff that be happening later in the episode, and I'm like, whoa, that's
it's surprising.
Like 20 minutes in, like you got all the way in.
It surprised you.
But it really be a mental thing,
right?
And it's definitely a barrier because it make you feel like, what am I doing this for?
Right.
Nobody's gonna see this.
Right.
But at the same time, if you don't do it, you're not gonna be able to sleep at night.
Restless. But I think the content in general, or the entertainment industry in general, is a mental game. It's literally like the biggest mental battle in the world, because you have to be able to tell yourself, okay, I'm doing this for a purpose, and no matter if this person sees it or not, I know that I did it because, this is what I love to do.
Right.
And I think once you overcome that, I don't know, I'm probably speaking from personal experience, because I feel like I can't see, like, not can't see myself, but like I struggle with kind of seeing the better side of it, or like the positives. Even though I think like that, I struggle with it. Like, it's mental. I don't know. I'm huge on mental things, and it's just like overcoming that one of hoping that people see it and hoping that people can resonate with it and hoping people watch. That's the one.
Yeah, trust me. I'm on the same wavelength when it comes to that. So as we talked about, like, right before we started filming, production is expensive.
It is expensive.
It's super expensive. Now, with that being said, if you had like an unlimited budget, right? If a white man just came up to you and was like, yo, I'm going to produce whatever you want. Say the word. If you want an elephant, I'm going to get you an elephant.
Right.
If you want to film a scene in space, we can film the scene in space.
Right.
What kind of film would you make?
I would probably make something like Avatar, The Ways of the Water. If I had unlimited budget, I think I'm going like something that people don't really see on the daily. Like I am going underwater. I'm most definitely going underwater. Yeah. I'm going water tank. I'm going all that. I'm going safari. I'm going like nature. I don't know. I'm going nature. As far as if somebody gave me all the money in the world, definitely.
How do you feel about Tyler Perry? I think Tyler Perry is the GOAT. What do you think about him?
I think he's also the GOAT as well. I had wrote something in the 12th grade for my English teacher, and I said that I wanted to be like Tyler Perry because I wanted to own my own like film studio and how he does it, the way he went around it or about it, how he bought out the the plantation, and he put what did he had in Atlanta, I believe.
Tyler Perry Studios?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was on like a slave plantation, something like that. Yeah.
I think the whole way he went around that is kind of like dope, and he has done a lot for the community and like the culture, and people that kind of hate on Tyler Perry, I believe, are kind of just like riding this wave of
like a hate train type thing.
Hate train, because they know what he do. Medea, you can't like knock that.
Yeah,
he gave us Medea.
That's a staple.
Yeah. Tyler Perry is definitely like one of the greatest filmmakers of all time.
Now, one thing I like about Tyler Perry is in his newer films, you can tell he has the same writing style. Like he has a very specific writing style, I feel like, but the production went up. So as far as like specific shots that he's getting, his makeup, his hair, people always talk about Tyler Perry wigs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he go crazy.
His production went up, but he kept his same writing style, and that's something that I really appreciate when I watch his films.
Yeah. Yep. Another
thing I find really interesting about producing films is what's it called? Like the risk you take.
Right.
Because if you look at how much it costs to produce a movie, it's a major investment.
It is.
It's a major investment. For Endgame specifically, and I didn't even see Endgame. But
really,
yeah, I'm not really into like superhero stuff.
Which makes sense. It's okay because I know a lot of people like that too, and I'm late to the train.
The only superhero stuff I can get into is Spider-Man. I really like Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man is dope.
Animated and the like real live action ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, Endgame cost like $240 million to produce.
Literally, I think like the film, as far as money, there's so much money being thrown out there for entertainment. It is so crazy. Like I don't know if you ever watched Oppenheimer. That's also
yes. Oh my God.
Nolan has some things up his sleeve. I don't know.
He's unreal.
I don't know where he get this funding, where he get that mind, but he got it all. I don't know how he does it, but
he's unreal.
Yep.
So $240 million to make it, and here's why I say it's an investment, because you're gonna make the money back.
Right. Hopefully, though. Hopefully, because some people they had some box office flops. They're hard. Yes, people don't like. I did get kind of like,
no, I want to hear it.
But it's like some people like spend. So I can't name one right now, but I know some people spend so much money on a film, it hits the box office, and then it's like Morbius.
What's that guy's name?
I don't know his name.
What is that guy's name? I know who you talking about. They hated the main actor in that movie for some reason.
Don't know why. And then they brought it back a second time, and then it flopped a second time. And it's like it's a lot. It's an investment risk because some of these don't be hitting in a movie theater. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
they don't.
Well, Endgame ended up making like $3 billion.
Yeah, Endgame was one of the ones. Yeah,
but
they made that back.
I can't imagine putting so much into a project and simply hoping that it'll come back, because that's so much money.
It is so much money. But that's all you can do is hope. Leave it in God's hands, for real.
That's true.
That's all you can do.
All right. So, like, with so much on your plate, right, having to do everything to put on this project, because if you don't make it happen, it's not gonna go.
Right.
You a one-man band.
Right.
What are some key things that you try to like reinforce in your mindset? Like, what kind of mindset do you have when it comes to filming?
I try to always keep a peaceful and positive mindset at the same time, because I feel like I said earlier, the mental battle, the more I worry about the bad things, the project is never going to come out. The more I worry about something going wrong or like, is this going to make sense? So I think I always reinforce believing that, okay, if I put this out, I'm going to like it. Or like, if I put this out, I know that if nobody else don't like it, I can sit down, watch this, cool it, you know. So I always have to reinforce that I'm doing this for a purpose. And also I understand that it's a journey. So you're not always gonna like it may not always come out how you like plan it, and that's okay. It is okay. And what is something else that I reinforce? I just try to stay, I guess I can't really say stay creative as possible, because I consider myself to be, I guess, fairly creative. So it's just be yourself. That's better. I always try to be myself and not try to get so caught up in comparing myself to like people. I mean, my bad. Compare myself to people that do the same thing that I do, or people that are in a better situation than I am. Because the more I do that, the more I be like, oh, there's nobody gonna watch this. It's like, oh,
no, you good.
Okay, yeah, they go like, nah, this sucks. And like, the more that I compare myself to others, I believe that it's just it does. So I try not to compare. I try to always think about how can this help, and it always goes back to help, but like how can this help somebody? So a lot of films that I make now are kind of like revolved around inspiring, or like showing you that you can grow, or showing you that you can do this, or even if it's funny, showing you that, or not showing you, but allowing you the opportunity to be like, okay, let me get away from all this. Like, let's say if you're going through something in life, or like you just need a little bit of time to get away from your life, you can just turn on a film and you can just boom. So I always try to think, how can this like affect somebody? How can I help anybody in any kind of way? And that's really things that I try to kind of like reinforce when I'm making films, or when I'm thinking about a production or anything.
Yeah, and even like you mentioned, just if somebody needs to get away and just simply watch a film, that's helping them. That's helping them take their mind off of something, helping them kind of just get rid of everything. Yeah. So that's what I love about art too. It's perceptive. It is very. Like something can come right when you need it to, or make you feel something that you've never felt before. Right. Which is, I love that. So what would you say your dream collab is? Like if they called you and said, Alonzo, I need you to do this for me. I need you to work on this project. What project would that be?
So I have kind of two, but I don't know if you know who the production company 824 is. 824? 824. 824. Yes. I would do like anything with them personally. I just like their style of kind of like filmmaking and how they carry things and how they look. Another thing is Donald Glover. I would literally
don't get me started. He's a genius.
Bro, a literal genius, like a true talent, like true artist. Like that's probably like one of my biggest inspirations as far as like films and all that.
I really see that.
Yeah, he very, very inspirational. If I could sing, I'd probably sing. Like that's kind of like right. He is very like talented, and I think his visions they all like no misses. He just doesn't. He doesn't miss. So I would definitely love to collab with Donald Glover on.
Yo, you really give me that vibe.
Appreciate it. That's a compliment. I think that's a compliment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So just backtracking a little bit to what you were saying about comparisons. Because I feel like you know the market in the DMV area. I know like the podcast market. Are there a lot of people doing films right now?
So Not that I necessarily know, not discrediting anybody that does do it. Not really that I know. I know there's a lot of videographers and a lot of people that like shoot music videos and a lot of people that shoot events and stuff like that. But I don't really see nobody really doing kind of what I do. And that's not to sound kind of, I don't want to sound cocky. I really hate
if you're not going to say it, I'm going to say it. I don't see nobody doing what you're doing.
I appreciate that.
Like you tell stories in your videos,
right?
And I have not seen that. I don't even really see that in the music videos,
right?
And going back to Donald Glover, I love a story in a music video, so that could definitely be something that you pick up too.
Yeah,
because I feel like that's becoming like a lost art, is storytelling within music videos.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of just camera movement. I think that all ties into, I guess, the mind behind it. If you have that mind to really tell a story, because it may be hard to kind of like imagine you made a song and then like you came to me, and it would be kind of harder as the director to be like, okay, let me create something from this, rather than to like, I guess if you were the artist and you decided to like curate the video and direct it the way you wanted to, it would be kind of hard. So that's probably why videographers kind of like steer away from it.
Okay.
And sometimes a lot of people also, at least that I know, do it for like, unfortunately, it's just like the money kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I think they lose the creativity in that, being so fixated on gaining the profit and gaining the just gaining the profit and just for the money, because the art is bigger than the money. But to
hey, yeah, I love that.
I think to thank you. I think to go back to what you were saying, when it came to storytelling and like perfecting that craft, I had started when I first started making films or doing like, I guess, cinematic kind of stuff. My goal was to always start off with making 60-second videos. And then,
like a reel.
Yeah, like a reel. And then I would make those and try to tell a story. So that's kind of like some of the earlier stuff you can see. But it was just music. I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't do anything. I would just try to tell a story, make you feel like something. I would add something like underneath as like a story behind it.
Yeah.
And I knew that I was going to progress that to like 1 minute videos, 2 minute videos, 3 minute videos. And then from that point, I was like, okay, once I can kind of capture a story or tell a good story with that, then I'm going to move on to 10-minute videos.
That's
20-minute
smart.
videos. Yeah, so then it's just like, it's kind of just building blocks. You kind of just got to work on it. And storytelling is something that I believe is a skill that you do have to work on, because a lot of people don't know how to really tell a story, especially to the end. Like, it's kind of...
Or they can tell a story, but... See, with a story, it has to be in order. It has to be in chronological order to completely make sense and fill the viewer in on what's going on.
Right.
But, yeah, like you said, a lot of people cannot do that.
Yeah, it's a lot of... It's a lot of skills you got to learn to like direct and filmmaking and all that stuff. It's a whole lot.
As I mentioned earlier, you you do everything for your films. Can you see yourself being an actor? Because I mean, you act in your films.
Yes.
For
real? You know, at first I never really like had an interest in acting or anything like that, but once I actually started doing it, it's kind of like fun.
Yeah.
It is pretty fun, and I know that I guess the bigger you get with acting and stuff like that, the more harder it becomes, and the more you gotta like learn this, that, and the third. And it's kind of, I guess it comes easy because I'm the one writing it, so it's kind of it's not difficult. But yeah, I would love to be an actor in general. I wish I would have, like how you took theater. I wish I would have took like a class like that in high school or something like that. I wish I thought to do it.
See, and that's funny you say that, because when I was... So in middle school, I was in orchestra. I played the violin. I actually played the violin in elementary school too. But I switched over to theater because I'm like, I want to do something fun. Like, I feel like I'm an animated person in real life. Like, I could do this. When you being graded for that stuff, and you got to like do it in front of people, it's nerve-wracking.
I can only imagine.
I think out of my entire high school career in theater, I probably memorized like one monologue. When it's time to do performance, because I got real bad like stage anxiety. So when it's time to get in front of these people, mind you, I've known these people since I was young. I just be blanking out. I say the first line and I'd be like, I'm like, I don't even know how I got into this program, bro.
I feel you. That's really how it is. I realized that I think for my last short film, How Could You, I was supposed to cry in one of those. I tried my hardest, and it's so hard when it's like it's hard to cry on camera. It's hard to cry when you have I had two other people looking at me. It's hard, but when I'm by
you have
myself,
no reason to cry either.
No reason. I'm sitting
just
right
unprovoked.
Literally, I'm trying to get the tears out. But when I was by myself, I'm over there drawing tears out the woodwork. It's natural, but yeah, acting is.
You can get you some of them spicy eye drops.
Yeah. Anything to honestly help that, because crying on command. If you can cry on command, you are very talented. And you deserve to be in that field of work.
Bro, my friend that was up at NYU,
Mm-hmm.
he could cry on command, and he would
would
use that joint for assessments.
That's
and we'd be like, bruh,
can't beat that.
Can't beat that. I was supposed to go up after him, and he just
Mm-hmm.
cried on command, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you got it.
Pure talent, and shout out to him. Really.
So where do you see your films going? Have you ever looked into a film festival?
I do be looking into the festivals and stuff like that. I haven't really thought about it yet, just because of the financial reasons. Because you kind of gotta. Well, some of them you don't have to pay to submit, but I haven't really looked into any festivals. And sometimes with festivals, there's guidelines on you can't have it on YouTube. Sometimes it has to be exclusively for the festival.
Yeah, that's true.
I for right now just rather get as much out as I can and build up that portfolio that way. And then down the line, definitely I do want to start submitting into festivals, and they are pretty tedious and hard to get into sometimes. But
so you have to, I guess it's like college. You have to pay to submit it.
Yeah, you got to
pay.
pay.
You might not even get into it.
Might not even get. That's
how much does it cost to submit it?
Not that it depends on which one. I know some of the higher ones are $120, $150. I think the highest one I seen was $150. But that's I think it's called Sundance or something like that. It's one of the highest ones.
Is that out in California?
Yes. Yeah.
That sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the more local ones, I know they are pretty much free to submit, but some of them they have to follow guidelines, or you have to follow a certain narrative or a certain genre. You got to be able to fit those kind of criteria. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't think
you
about.
should try it.
I should.
Yeah,
I might
try it out. Try it out once.
Yeah.
See how you like it. You could find a free one. You could find a lesser expensive one.
Right.
That's something that I would literally invest in.
Right.
I'm not telling you I would spend money for no reason.
Okay.
If
I'm gonna do it.
if you actually found something
Mm-hmm.
that you liked, a festival that you feel would encompass everything that you do,
Mm-hmm. You're right.
try it out.
Yeah, I should try it.
Because you never know. And if you end up winning, that's something you can put under your belt.
Yeah.
I'm the winner of XYZ.
Yeah.
And while it might only be local, that's still something that you can, brag about.
I think that also ties into that mental thing, because I'm scared that nobody would show up. If I'd be like, oh yeah, come on, I'm having a film festival here, you can watch. I think nobody's gonna show up for it at all.
So the thing about it is, if it's a film festival, it's gonna be other films there.
Right.
So it's gonna be people, maybe they're not coming to see you specifically,
True.
but they end up seeing your
Stumbling
film,
across it,
and they
yeah.
like, who is that?
Yep.
Let me tap in with him. Networking and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually went to a film festival out in New York. I was doing interviews and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and it was some good films out there. People with really good ideas, and they just haven't got it. Well, it was on a big screen at that point, but a lot of people haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, really look into that, because that's something I would really invest in. I see the vision, I see the work that you put into it.
Right.
It's not easy.
It's not. You're right. I do need to give it a shot. And
It is not easy, especially the editing part.
oh god.
Yo, wait.
God.
So out of, let me see, what did I say? Writing, directing, casting, and editing.
Mm.
What is the one you dread the most? Or the one that you oh, it's that time.
I'm not gonna lie. It is. I would say editing. I would.
It's always editing.
But I would say writing.
Okay.
As of recently, writing has been the one thing that has been oh my god, because my mind, it races and it's like, oh, I want to fit this in here, I want to fit that in there, I want to tell this, I want to tell that. So I just overthink that whole process just to get down to like 20 pages. I didn't probably before I had actually 20 pages, and that's on the low end as well. Like 20 pages is the hardest thing for me to write because it's so much thought that goes into it. Recently I had tried to do a no drama. I think Jordan Peele, he had hosted this whole filmmaker thing, and you can submit your film or you can try to get funded for his thing. Through the writing process, I probably they had a 15-page minimum. I'm on like the 10th page and I'm reading it and I'm like, oh no, that's not working. Let me scratch it. Start from scratch, 0.
Wow.
Did it again. Got to like the fifth, no, not 15th page. Got to like the 4th page this time. Nah, that's not working. Writing is probably one of the hardest things in the world because that's really where you get your pitch from too. Like if you have an actor that wants to act and you give them the script, then it's like they have to kind of like align with the story. Like everything has to be kind of laid out.
That's their job.
Yeah, it's like you have to be able to know what the story is basically about. It's your first pitch to anything, to a company, to a person, to an actor. So yeah, writing is one thing that I dread the most. Then it's editing, definitely, because editing is probably the most.
Yo, see, now for podcasts, it's kind of just like pinpoints that you want to hit on.
Right.
Because like I said before, it's a conversation.
Right.
You don't want to write out everything that you're going to say because then it'll be unnatural and I'll be stuttering and blanking out even more. So, but yeah, editing, this is why I had to get an editor.
Right.
Shout out to my editor.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to Rail TV. I'm going to link him in the description. Amazing editing, on time, exactly what I need. And it saves me so much time. Like I can focus on other things that'll make this production even bigger.
Yeah.
But yo,
that's one thing I need to find because you can focus on so much more. Like you said, you can focus on so much more if you kind of eliminate, like, and not to say that it's a bad thing to eliminate, but if you just eliminate that one thing and it's like, oh wow, I can now work on this now, or oh, now I got time to work on this idea. And for you, I got time to play with this guest, playing this.
Exactly.
Frees up so much.
And yeah, like you said, it's not about eliminating. It's just simply asking for help.
Yeah. All it is help, which I'm bad at. I wish I was better at asking for help.
I'm slowly learning. I'm slowly learning to ask for help. Like I have someone doing my editing. I have someone helping me out with my content. It's like if I can ask other people that are like experts in this stuff, right, I need to do that. But I know sometimes, and I feel like it's gonna be really hard for you because you do a lot of stuff. Yeah. And I've been there. But in the future, like if you can build a team or just get people to help you, definitely look into that.
That's what I'm working on now. If you are interested in helping with any project, I am calling out to you.
So what are you looking for specifically? Actors, actresses?
Actors, actresses. I'm looking for, and it gets kind of small. So a boomstick operator. It may not sound like too, like, oh, it's a role that you kind of need, but it kind of does help a lot.
What is boomstick? Is that the
person that's holding the mic in front of the town and all that? Yeah, that's them.
Okay.
So right now I have my girlfriend. She does that. I know I stress her out so much about that too. It's on set, and thank you so much. And it's like I stress her out about that a lot. I'm so tedious. I'm like, I don't know, but it's always understanding because it's like I know that you're believing in me. You're helping me, so I'm forever grateful that you're helping me. But I just need like small things. Boomstick operator. I do want an editor as well.
Okay.
I do want writing assistants actually. Writing assistants. So I want like if like somebody that's talented in writing or skilled in writing or whatever, I want to be able to like send them the work first and see like, okay, how would you kind of critique this, or how would you kind of like change this up to like it's all just, I guess, just an effort to help out. Just man, like all the help is very thankful with.
I know, and I get it so much because it's like you don't have to do it.
You don't have to do it.
you really don't have to do it, but you're doing it out of the simple fact of you want to help me, or you see what I'm trying to do. Like, I don't have much to give you, but if you help me with this, I will never forget it.
And that's all. And unfortunately, right now, that's kind of all I have to offer. Is like, you just have to believe I'm so grateful for like the help, because right now, I can't fund people. Like, I can't like be able to be like, oh yeah, can you do this job for me, or I can pay you, and you know what I'm saying. I will only hope that you can believe that this is going to be amazing, and that you understand that I'm grateful for all the help. Or maybe it's just like the exposure, because as far as actors and talent, maybe it's like, can you believe in me that this will like help you build a portfolio? Like, will you trust the work enough for you to be like, oh, I trust you to not be able to, I guess, ask for money? That kind of sounds kind of wild. What?
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. What the heck was that? Don't start. Please don't start. But yeah, going back to what you said about the entertainment industry, like it is so much money being just being given out. Right. So if you could find that money, like I say just go for it. Right. But yeah, I'll definitely be sending you over some people, or sending you over my editor. I've actually been trying to get y'all to connect for a minute now, because he does videography and you do filming, and he's also trying to get into filming. So I'm gonna connect you with him before you go.
That's a bit.
Yo, it's about to piss me off. So what advice would you give to somebody? And this could be like something that you wish you known before you got heavily into directing. What advice would you give to somebody that is considering joining the filming industry and putting out their first film?
I would say to, number one, believe in yourself. I think that's with anything that you ever do. You have to believe in yourself and believe that, or be your number one supporter. You have to believe that I'm going to be able to do it. That's the first and foremost thing. Other than that, I would say you have to be comfortable and okay with things not going the way that you planned, or going exactly how you seen it, or exactly how you envision it, because there are a lot of things that you cannot control when you're making a film. And especially if you don't have the budget for it, like myself, there's a lot of things that you just cannot control. You can't force anybody to allow you to use a location. You can't tell the sun when to go up and go down, because that's something you can't. Weather, you can't control those things. So you got to understand that there's a lot of things you can't control, and you have to be able to handle what you can control. And I think if you're able to do that, then you will have a amazing career, amazing start. Don't make things for don't make things for other people, but like don't try to like nitpick at something so much that you're losing, like, okay, this is like my
vision.
Yeah, this is like my vision. Like, you can't reach everybody. You can't make everybody enjoy what you do. And that kind of contradicts what I said earlier, but I understand that you can't make everybody like love your work. You can't make everybody watch, so you can only just hope that my work is going to be here, and I know that once I put it out, nobody watch it, I'm watching it, and that's okay with me. That's kind of a lot of advice, because I wish I knew a lot of things.
I know, right?
I wish I knew a lot of things when I started.
But those would be like your top three.
Those would be my top three. Yeah, and don't worry about the money either, because it's probably not gonna come for a little minute. So.
I feel like that's with any art though. Like
anything, it's not gonna come for a little minute.
If you're doing it, if you're indulging in art for the passion, the money will come.
The money will come. Yep.
There's no doubt about it. If you're consistent with it, I got this thing on my vision board. Let me see if I can remember it. It's discipline plus consistency equals results.
That's a fact.
Now, you can't have discipline and not have the consistency.
That's a fact.
Can't have consistency and not have the discipline. So it go hand in hand. And yeah, you'll eventually get the results you want. The money will come.
It will.
I feel like the money will always come if you're doing what you love.
It will always, because you're driven by passion, not by profit. And it's kind of like, I don't want to like shamelessly plug, but
go ahead.
Keep moving forward. with yourself.
Hey.
keep moving forward. I promise you, because if as long as you're moving forward, you're doing something. You're not staying still, and that's probably why I made like For Emotion, to be honest. Well, it is why I made For Emotion. I made For Emotion as a way to like kind of inspire people to just go in that direction, go forward.
Just nothing behind you.
It's nothing there. It's nothing there, and it's okay to get stuck a little bit, and it's okay to like hiccup and okay, how do I handle this? But as long as you don't let that obstacle like stay right there, as long as you don't let it like just like consume you, I guess.
Yeah.
You'll be okay and move forward. And also take one step at a time. Mm-hmm. Because one step is better than no step.
Facts. You take a baby step.
A baby
step.
It don't matter how big that step is. You just went in the right direction and you moved forward.
So what are you working on right now? Like, what can we see more from you? Let's say at the end of 2024.
Definitely. I'm working on a TV show, Introspect.
Woo woo. Shout out Introspect.
I really do believe that that'll be something that people. I say that in the video too. It's kind of stuck in my mind, but it definitely Introspect. I haven't really told anybody this, but I am working on releasing like T-shirts and like rugs
merch.
And stuff like merch. Yes. That process has been kind of like hard because I'm not really in the field of making merch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it definitely is a plan, and you should see something before the summer ends. I can say that. So Introspect, merch, and just great content, and great films and TV shows and all that. Just positivity and peace is what you can see from Alonzo in 2024.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Introspect, yeah. And you know what? It's funny you said that. I like you said that you were saying the same thing in the video that you just said. That means it's authentic.
Yeah.
That means it's authentic. Like, one thing I like about podcasting and just the content that I create is like, I'm me. I'm like this on camera and off camera.
Right.
Talk like this on camera, off camera.
Right.
Some people, get on camera and they're a completely different person. Mm-hmm. But it's super important to remain authentic in everything you do.
Right.
So you could say everything you said on the video.
Right.
I know that's the real you because it's just a conversation.
True. I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
How has this podcasting journey been for you from the first episode to now?
That is a good question. Okay, so from when I first started,
mm-hmm.
I was very proud of the very first episode I did.
Right.
Now I look back at it, I'm like, oof.
And that's crazy. How it goes.
Yeah.
That is how it goes.
But I would say starting from like March of last year, I really just put my all into it financially, mentally, as far as time.
Right.
So it's been a great journey. I've learned so much just from the guests that I have on.
Right.
I always tell people that I take something or I take a few things away from every conversation that I do.
Mm-hmm.
So this podcast is really like a give and take for me.
Right.
I give, encouragement. I give you a platform to like talk about what you want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And in return, I'm getting that same motivation and that same drive to keep going.
Mm.
So it's been a great journey. I'm excited to see where I go because I really don't know where I'm gonna go.
That's the beauty in it, that you don't know. You just got to keep going.
Yeah, that's really what I'm doing. I'm just keep going, and whatever sparks my attention, sparks my interest, or I feel like I would be good for, then I'm gonna go for it.
Right.
But in the meantime, it's just me and my couch and my mics and my flowers.
Right. Right.
But yeah, that's it. So we'll see. Like at the end of, let me see. See at the end of 2024 where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been good.
That's great. And shout out to In a Perfect World, because I believe that you do have something great here, and that it is something that the media needs. It's like learning, educational, is positive. It's not just like, it's informative. It's helping people that are in the fields of your guests, and it's like it's just helping. In general, I can always support helping the people.
That's exactly what you're doing. Like I have such a love for art,
right,
and for self-development and passionate people. That's all I ever want to be around.
Right.
I don't want to be around anybody that makes me slack off or do things outside of my character or makes me feel like what I'm doing is a waste of time.
Right.
Because that'll get you too.
It will.
Having bad company. I don't play that at all. That's why I'm like, whoever come on here, you got to be it.
Right.
You're it.
I genuinely appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, going back to the film festival, look into it.
I will
invest in your dream. I really do mean that.
Thank you.
Not just saying that for the views.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, sure thing. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to In a Perfect World. Again, my name is Carmen. You know what? I don't even think I introduced myself in the beginning. I'm Carmen Renee. I'm here with Alonzo, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.